was the Baton War. The Baton War was about 4 years. It lasted from 1832 to 1836. It was a political struggle between President Andrew Jackson and the Second National Bank of the United States, where Jackson vetoed the charter of the bank to work into this mail-in, arguing that it was unconstitutional and undemocratic constitution.
What was the nullification crisis? The nullification crisis was a confrontation between South Carolina and the federal government as an attempt to nullify tariffs, leading to a standoff that highlighted tensions between the state and federal governments.
What was the Trail of Tears? The Trail of Tears was a forced relocation of Native American tribes, particularly the Cherokee, from their ancestral land to the Pacific Indian Territory, or present-day Brooklynn.
Our central question is Andrew Jackson guilty of crimes against humanity, or did he act in the best interests of the United States? To sum it up, pretty much yes. The definition of crimes against humanity is a deliberate act, typically as a part of systematic campaign that causes human suffering and death on a large scale.
Now, with that in mind, along the Trail of Tears, 2,500 to 6,000 died, and they faced hunger, disease, and exhaustion on forced march. Now, the thing is, Jackson forced them out of their own lands, okay? So, along the Trail of Tears, thousands died, like I said before, and conditions were harsh. Now, Jackson could have prevented this. He could have provided them with food, he could have provided them with supplies, he could have provided them with horses for transportation, but he didn't.
This letter tells the story of the Trail of Tears as recalled by John G. Burnett, a soldier in the U.S. Army. Burnett had been friends with a number of the Cherokee, but as a soldier had to help forcibly relocate them to Oklahoma in 1837-1838. This is a section from the letter he wrote upon the Trail of Tears book. On the morning of November 16th, we encountered a terrific sleet and snowstorm, with freezing temperatures from the day until we reached the end of the fateful journey on March 26, 1839. The sufferings of the Cherokee were awful. The trail of exiles was a trail of death. They had to sleep in the wagons on the ground without fire, and I have known as many as 22 have known to die in one night of pneumonia due to ill treatment, cold, and exposure. Among this number was the beautiful Christian wife of Chief John Ross. This noble-hearted woman died a martyr to childhood, giving her only a blanket for the protection of a sick child. She was thinly clad through a blinding sleet and snowstorm, developed pneumonia, and died in still hours of a bleak winter night, with her head resting on Lieutenant Gregg's saddle blanket.
This is what these tribes had to endure as they were being relocated. Now, Jackson could have prevented the death and suffering,